Hi everyone, we're working on Module 9, Q2 Custom Window Sales, page 247. So we have a worksheet open and it has some information about the Custom Windows Company with some locations and then their quarter two, so the months of April, May, and June, their sales. But it's hard to read the information through a worksheet with it's just numbers and columns and rows. It would be a lot easier to read through a chart, so we're going to actually create one. So selecting A4 all the way to D9. We're not taking anything in column E, which are the totals, or row 10 totals. Click the Insert tab and then choose Recommended Charts. And if you hover down, you'll see there's quite a few different charts to select from. And we'll select the second one, which is called Stacked Column. It gives you a preview with the information that you have on your worksheet with the locations and the quarterly April, May, and June, quarter two. It also gives you a little brief description of when you would use a stacked column. It's used to compare parts of a whole. And then we'll click OK. Once the chart appears on your screen, it does go in front of the data worksheet, but we'll move it shortly. But you decide, maybe a line chart would be better. So from the Chart Tools tab, click Design, and then choose Change Chart Type, and we're going to try a line chart. And then we'll click OK. And then we decide, that one's not too helpful to read. So we'll go back to Insert, where we originally started, Recommended Charts, and we'll go at the very first one, which is the clustered column. And again, here's a preview of the information from our worksheet with the store locations and the quarterly to April, May, and June. And it's a better chart because it used to compare values across a few categories. So we'll go ahead and click OK. So now that we're happy finally with the chart that we'd like to use, it's in the way of our worksheet. So with the empty space and the 4 arrows, you can drag it down to A12 and then scroll down a little bit because we want to make it a little bit wider. So go to the corner, and then with the double arrows, drag it to G28. Good. And then let go. G28. Good. So when you're looking at this, and this is about quarter two sales, you realize that maybe the information in the chart, the bar graph, should be the months, April, May, and June. So with the Chart Tools Design tab, click Switch Row and Column, and what that's going to do is going to change off that the stores will be the legend and the months will be the categories. So we're going to click Switch Row Column, and now it's the quarterly, makes sense, April, May, and June, and the legend, the lighter blue is Idaho and the darker blue is California. You can see just by looking at it quickly that California seemed to have the highest sales for all 3 months, and then looking at it real quickly, the lowest location for sales was in June and Idaho. So it's a lot easier to read a chart than it is to read the cells with the numbers. The other thing they want us to do within the chart is make a few changes. One of them is to change the legend location. Right now the legend is at the bottom of the screen. So you'll click this button here with the plus sign, which is Chart Elements, and then it has a check, meaning it has a legend, and you're going to click the right arrow, which usually means more options, and right now it's on the bottom. We're going to choose top. It appears on the top now. We'll also, to close out of this, just click the plus sign again. We're going to change the chart title, so just click the chart title and don't select it, but when you start typing it's going to appear in the formula bar. So just start typing Q2 sales by state, West region, and enter, and it'll go right into the chart title. Just like this is a quadrant, we need to have a y-axis column title and an x-axis. So again, what you can do is click the chart elements and then choose axis titles. Check that off. And the very first one that's selected, again, just start typing. You don't have to select it. It's going to appear in the formula bar. So this one is sales and then press enter, and it'll be automatically replaced. Then click the horizontal axis, and again start typing month and enter. With the chart still selected, in chart elements, if you wanted, you could have the data table show below, but there's no need to have that on the chart, so we're not going to do that. If you were to go to Gridlines, right now it's on right now, and you can see that there are horizontal grid lines. So if you click the arrow, you can see that there are primary, major, horizontal. You could have minor, which are smaller ones. You could also have vertical major and vertical minor. And we're going to choose primary, major, vertical. And again, click the plus sign to exit. And then we have the primary vertical. The next thing we'll do is with the word sales as the vertical axis, we want it to be horizontal instead of reading down and up. So what you'll do is select it, then right click and choose Format Axis Title, and then from the window pane that opens on the right hand side, choose Size and Properties, and then for the text direction, instead of rotate at all text at 270 degrees, you'll choose horizontal. And it changes sales to the horizontal appearance. Next, if we'd like, you can change the color and choose color palette 3, or if you want to pick something else, that's fine, that's up to you. And then go ahead and select the chart title and choose Chart Tools Format, and under the style, select the title and then choose Chart Tools Format, and in their shape styles, choose Moderate Effect Orange Accent 2, and then go to Shape Effects and choose Bevel, and then we'll choose, with the title selected, choose Shape Effects, Bevel, and Circle. I would do the same thing for the sales, just so it looks the same. And I'll go back into the moderate orange and the same bevel effect, and then do the same thing for the month. Then we'll create a pie chart. So if you scroll up to the top, you're going to select A5 to A9, hold Control and select the total. So we're selecting just the locations, hold Control and just the totals, and then we'll go to Insert, Pie Chart. So I'm not going to do recommended, I'm going right to a pie chart, and select 3D. And then we're actually, because now it's in the way of the other information, we're going to move the chart, and we're going to move it to a new sheet, and we're going to give it a name, Q2 Sales by State, and then West %. And then click OK, and it goes to its own sheet at the bottom. But it has nothing on it, no information. So we'll go to Quick Layout and choose Layout 6. And then it's really hard to see the percentages. So if you click one of the percentage, it selects all of them. And on the Home tab, I'm going to increase the font size to 24, so it's a lot easier to see. And then we'll also select the legend, and we'll increase that size to 14, so you can see it a lot clearer. And then again, the chart, we're going to change the title, so it's not just chart title, and this one is Q2 Sales by State West. And if you want, you can put that title also in that same shape fill, the orange, and you want to put it in that bevel, that's fine, bevel, circle. And we'll go back to the sheet 1 and the trend. So what the trend is, it gives you a mini line chart of the April, May, and June, not the total, just the April, May, and June, to see if it's either stayed the same, increased, or whatever way it has moved. So in F5, click Insert, choose, it's under the category called Sparkline, and choose line. It's going to ask your data range, and it should be the first 3 months, April, May, and June. And it should be B5 through D5. Click OK. And there you have that it was in the middle, then it spiked, and then it went down. I usually put markers on so you can see where the initial times are. And if you want, in style, you can change the color if you'd like. And then go ahead and drag it down. This is the only time that the fill handle will not double click. You have to actually drag it down. So let's take a preview look at this. So if you choose File, Print, you'll only see page 1 and something about on page 2 over there. So what I would do is change the orientation to landscape, and then in order to see both the worksheet and the clustered column chart and the pie chart, you have to change the print active sheet to entire workbook. That way you can see both of them. Don't worry about a header and footer. You can just go ahead and save and submit.